everyone, so today I'm going to be doing a review on this little trio set. This is from Missha and it is called the Glow Set. So I will go through, show you guys everything you get and let you guys know what I think about this set and if I would recommend it or not. So first of all, I really love the packaging of this. It's so pretty with that rose gold kind of chrome and then like the holographic. It's just so pretty. So the trio is these three items. This is the Skindation foundation, this is the retractable makeup brush, and this is the miniature beauty balm product. I got mine from Rose Shop for $19.50 and the price of the foundation alone is $10.64 the last time I checked. So definitely a relatively affordable foundation in my opinion. So this trio actually comes in two different color options, vanilla and in sand. However, there are more foundation colors than just those two. For some reason, these are just the two like trio sets I could find in these color ranges. So if you don't match one of these colors or you would just like to try the foundation itself without the brush and the beauty balm, you can actually get that separately as well. And I believe there are 6 different colors. So if I can find some swatches or a color range, I will have that on the screen now so you can see what colors they offer. I do believe it was about 6 colors and it might be the same 6 colors that they offer in the Missha Glow Tension that I have already reviewed. So first things first, I will start off with the Missha Glow Beauty Balm. So this is the little container you get in the trio set. It is about a 5 milliliter container. However, I noticed that it's a little sneaky on the packaging. If you look here, you're not getting quite as much product as it seems like if you just looked at it this far. It's definitely a little bit less than that, and I've already used this a couple times, but whenever I first opened it, I also noticed it was not completely full, so I was probably getting a little bit closer to maybe 3 milliliters of product. So the full size of the Missha Glow Skin Balm from Rose Shop for the 50 milliliter container, that is $17.83. And I believe I actually checked out the same product on YesStyle when I very first got it. And I believe it's closer to like $30 or $35 for the same thing. So definitely a lot more expensive on YesStyle. So if you're definitely interested in this, I would recommend checking out Rose Shop because it is so much less expensive. So the actual Glow Balm, now this, I feel like the name is a little not necessarily misleading because that's kind of the name for the whole set. But as far as this product goes, there is no shimmer or any kind of luminous kind of glow properties to it at all. It is truly just, when I apply it to my skin, it almost has like a Vaseline-like shine to the skin. So it does give me a glow in that sense that my skin looks very hydrated and very wet looking. But as far as having any shimmer particles or glitter or sparkle or anything like that, this completely does not have that. So I will show you guys what the beauty balm looks like applied to my skin. And so this is what the Glow Balm texture is like. It's more of like a kind of like a thicker, slightly tackier kind of moisturizer. So I'm just going to start by applying this all over my face and see what it does. As far as like the actual, you know, sheen, it does kind of give more of like a glossy look to the skin. For me, I don't really think this is a super necessary product. I think that this product would be better suited towards people that have very dry skin rather than people who have oily skin, because overall this just kind of gives me the look of like how my skin looks when I apply an oil to my skin. Another thing I noticed is that this product has a very strong floral scent. I described it as kind of like a gardenia or like a lily kind of scent to it. It's definitely a very strong scent, so if you prefer products that do not have any scent to them, then you'd probably want to skip on this line completely. So next up for the foundation, I really love the bottle of this. It's so beautiful and really nicely designed, and it's kind of shaped like almost like a petal-like shape to it, so I really like the packaging of it. It's just very beautiful. And the size of this one is 35 milliliters of product, and it also has SPF 25. So first thing I noticed about this foundation is that it is a very liquidy and water-like texture to it. So if I shake it up, you can actually hear there are little beads in here that kind of mix the product together. So if you can hear that, that is how liquidy this product is. And this formula I would definitely consider more of a lightweight, thin formula. I actually did 2 different applications for this video because at first time I tried it with the beauty balm under it and this product on top, and I have to say I am not a huge fan of that, but I will go to that clip now and let you guys see how my foundation looks wearing the beauty balm and the Skindation. So as always, I am going to apply this to this side of my face to let you guys see a real-time half and half between the foundation side and my bare skin. If you can see, this is a super runny foundation, so I'm just going to take a little bit of this at a time using the brush that also came in the kit. This is the angled brush. It's retractable, so I like that you could easily take it with you to apply your makeup, and it obviously wouldn't take up too much room. So now I'm gonna start by taking some of the product and I'm just going to dab it all over this side of my face and then blend it in with the brush. Okay, so this is what it looks like with one layer of the foundation. Now, overall, it did give a very slight kind of tint to the skin. I can definitely still see a lot of my kind of redness peeking through, especially on my cheek area. So I'm going to try to do another light layer of this to build up a little bit more coverage. So I'm gonna focus some of this more on my cheek area. And I'm gonna try to pat some of it in first to try to retain some of that coverage and then go back and blend it more with the brush. I'm also doing more of like a stamping kind of motion this time to also not move too much of the product around. And so this is how it looks with the kind of like half layer applied all over my skin. So this is obviously the side with the foundation, and this is the side with only the beauty balm applied. Okay, so this is how it looks all over my skin. Now, I have to say this, especially the combination of the beauty balm with this type of foundation, has got to be one of the dewiest foundations I have ever tried. I find that the foundation itself already has quite a bit of a dewy kind of almost like an oil-like feeling to the skin, so that combined with the like oily kind of texture of the beauty balm just seems to be a little bit too much for my taste. You can probably see, like, I feel like I look like I just dunked my face in like oil. That's how dewy and luminous this kind of foundation is. So I'm gonna try something I don't do too often. I'm gonna try to do like a little bit of a transfer test with my phone. Okay, so that's about as clean as I can get it. I'm going to place it against my ear like I'm talking on the phone like I would, and let's see how much. Wow, okay, that is a lot of transfer. Yeah, you can definitely see it there. And this foundation has already been on my skin for about 10 minutes now, and I would say that's about the time that I think most foundations should have been set if they are going to. So I definitely think this is one of those types of foundations that will always have that really wet, tacky feeling to the skin, so I'm definitely not a huge fan of those. So using those two products together, I was not a huge fan just because it was just dewy overload for me. I think that this product alone has a little bit more of like a dewiness kind of factor to it, and of course that beauty balm is extremely dewy, so for me personally, even being a super dry skin girl, I cannot wear those two products together. It just literally feels like my face could slip off at any second, so I definitely would not recommend using these two products together, especially if you have oily skin, and even if you're a super dry skin person. I just can't seem to make those two products work for me at the same time. But if you want like some super like dewy oil slick kind of skin, then knock yourself out and wear these two products together. So as far as how I'm wearing it today, I of course am not wearing the beauty balm with it, and I applied this foundation very lightly on my skin, so I will go to the application clip for how I applied it today. Okay, so this is the real-time half and half with just the foundation alone. So on this side is the face with the foundation, and this is the side with my bare skin. So I did apply it a lot more subtly just because I think that's how this foundation is meant to be worn. But this is one of those foundations that I think works best when you apply it less. I think too much product is going to end up giving you a very greasy kind of look to the skin. So as far as the foundation, I found that it blended really easily because it was such a thin texture, but I would recommend applying as little of the foundation as possible. Like if you are definitely someone like I am, I tend to go overboard with how much like actual foundation I think I need. This I found was really just less truly is more with this type of product, and it doesn't get overly oily on the skin, and it doesn't just be too much of an oil slick. This could be a good foundation for you if you have like near perfect skin to begin with, but if you have a lot of like discoloration or texture or, you know, unevenness or anything like that that you really want to cover up, this is not going to be the foundation for you because it is so lightweight and sheer coverage. Another thing I would say about this foundation is that I would not recommend recommend you using a beauty sponge like this to apply this type of foundation because it is so thin. I feel like 99% of your foundation is going to get absorbed into the beauty sponge and you'll end up just having to use a lot more product. So this is definitely one of those rare foundations I feel like you must use a brush with, at least in my opinion, to get the best results. And I ended up using the brush that came in these sets. So this one, again, is very beautiful. It has that same kind of rose gold metal packaging to it, and it is a retractable brush. And you can see it has a slight angle to it. It's very, very soft. It's like a duo fiber type of brush. I believe these are synthetic hairs as well. It definitely has like that super slick kind of feeling. Only thing is that it is such a short handle because it is supposed to be like a travel brush. You know, it needs to be compact. I just found it was hard because I like have to get super, super close to my face, and I found that no matter what, because I had to be so close to my face, I had to use more pressure to apply my foundation with this. So I felt like it kind of moved around the foundation just a little bit more than I would have preferred. But this one overall did get the job done. It's not my favorite brush in the world, but the brush itself is nice. I just wish that it was actually like this long maybe, but of course once you press it down to retract the brush, you've only got that much to really work with. But overall, I do think the brush is very nice, and if you are someone who likes to have something like that handy with you to retouch up, this is definitely a really good product. So overall, my final thoughts for this foundation: is it a buy or a bye-bye? For me personally, would I purchase this product again? Knowing what I know now, I probably wouldn't, so I kind of have to give this a bye-bye, but only just because I feel like it's not my everyday kind of foundation. I like stuff with a tiny bit more coverage, but if you have near perfect skin, this would be a really good option for you. I would probably recommend this more towards people who have normal to dry skin, since it is a little bit more of the dewier side. I just find that if you have super oily skin, this could probably just be too slick of a foundation for you. Yeah, so overall, I hope this helped you guys if you were on the fence of buying this product or not. These are just my opinions, and I hope you guys found it helpful. So if you did, please like and subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram, link is below. And until my next video, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.